Waiting on you,
They're
Mr. Levy.
recycled anyway, these aren't brand new.
We don't see your green.
Town bought these recycled.
Well, the mainframe is screwed up.
William Charles Van Helmen, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance,
They
sir?
probably sent us
He's
back.
actually doing the invocation too.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bill, I didn't realize you were doing the invocation too.
Good evening. My name is William Charles Van Helmen. I'm a Eucharist minister at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in West Hampton Beach. Although my church is not in the boundaries of Riverhead, I do reside in Jamesport. I'd like to thank Supervisor Walter and the entire board for this honor to pray with you all. Today promises to be historic as the great town of Riverhead embarks and prepares for its 225th celebration, which occurred on March 13, 1792. From our ancestors and previous boards, which helped structure to date what our town is today, let us all here be a part of the history of this great town we call home for the next 225 years and beyond. Now let us pray. Dear Lord, Heavenly Father, let us pray for the world and the needs of others, for peace and for those threatened by violence. Always let us be mindful of those less fortunate than us, and to always be humble and kind to each other. Lord, with your guidance, allow us all here today to come together in unity and love for each other's concerns presented before this board. Allow those in public life to act with integrity and respect for all the people of Riverhead Town. If there is a conflict, Lord, allow us to find a common and fair ground where our elected officials and the residents here work together to find ways for solid solutions. As our supervisor shared in his State of the Town address, and one of my favorites, in the book of Isaiah, it is said, "Let us come now and reason together." We thank you, Lord, and understand that each of us are a blessing from you, and we are important to you. Now let us be a blessing to each other and to show respect through communicating for the betterment of our home, Riverhead. Let us now offer ourselves and one another in praise of the living God. Amen.
Amen.
Bill, thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
We just got to catch it. All right. All right.
Nothing to go down from.
Correspondence.
Now we got John, waiting on John.
Ready? I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the August 1st, 2017 meeting. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Iglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. Under correspondence, we have from the Long Island Builders Institute, a letter expressing support for Town Board Resolution 598, and that is amending Chapter 217 to waive building, plumbing, electrical, and other permit fees for residential properties that participate in the Suffolk County Septic Improvement Program. A letter from Robert Kalin requesting that the town place ads in local newspapers announcing any road closures and detours due to special events taking place on and through our local roadways. We had 3 letters, one from Lawrence Sims, one from Barbara Glass, and one from the Riverhead Business and Citizens for Substantial Development. And they were all comments regarding the proposed special permit site plan project, Riverview Lofts. And under reports, the tax receiver, July 2017 utility collection report was $495,964.66. Town clerk July monthly report was $12,935.74. And we had an application from Riverhead High School for their homecoming parade on October 14th. And that's it.
All right, thank you, Diane. Any other town board reports?
No, other than that there were 2 resolutions in the packet or discussed at the work session for landmark designation, and they did not make it onto the computer, but they are in the,
Okay.
being passed out for adoption, so we'll take those off the floor.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Great.
Sorry. Didn't know where we were going.
I just want to say, Live at 25 last week was a very good success. There was a lot of people there, everybody had fun. Downtown did very well. Our next Live at 25 is not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. And I hope everybody comes down to enjoy the bands that are there. There are at least 7 different bands playing with different music, and you can go from band to band and listen for whatever type of music that you like that they're playing. And it's just a lot of fun. So come on down. Not this Thursday, the following Thursday on Route 25 from 5 until 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Well, if I could just say one thing, if you stand just right on Main Street, you can hear all the bands at one time. It's really amazing. But actually, on Friday night, the 18th, this Friday, is a tribute to America. It's a country western band, Southbound, which is pretty popular on the island.
I'm
They'll
impressed.
be in Grangeville Park this Friday night. It's called Tribute to America. We've invited the VFW and the American Legion and all the vets that we can get a hold of. Come on down. It's going to be a special patriotic night. It's going to be a really good night. So dress in red, white, and blue. Come down to the park. It's a free concert from 7 till about 8:30 or so. So bring a lawn chair and a snack and sit down and just relax and have a good time.
I wanna
There
say-
you go. Mike Ruck has got Southbound playing, so turn it up.
I just want to say one thing about this Friday nights. If you don't come down, you're missing something. Last week, we had the local Riverhead Band with about 25, 26 members. And they played for an hour and a half. And they played any kind of music that you wanted to hear. And it was very good. And they were all local people. They're doctors, teachers, they're students. So we really had fun.
It was a good time.
I'm impressed that, I have to take my son to college Thursday, so I'm gonna miss Southbound with that.
Oh, it's gonna be
They
great.
are I'm impressed.
They just
Good
put
job,
one- They
Jim.
put one up.
And you had me
west-
sponsor last week, Southbound would have been a great one too.
Well, you couldn't afford that one.
I couldn't afford that. All right, any other town board reports? I didn't hear anything about the cardboard boat race, let's move on.
It was good.
I don't want to mention Club Book.
No, we're not mentioning the
That was
cardboard
very
boat race. The
disappointing.
guy was riding a walnut. I've had it.
Our
I've
supervisor
had it.
lost again.
I've had it. Guy had a walnut. I think he cheated. I know he cheated. All right, 7:08 is the time. We have one public hearing tonight. It's scheduled for 7:05. We're going to open up the public hearing for the consideration of a proposed local law to amend Chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Riverhead Town Code, Shopping Center Zoning District, Section 301, 110 Uses, -B, Special Permit. And this is to allow for drive-through windows for restaurant upon building permit issuing for the construction of a movie theater on the same parcel. Bob, before I open this up to Mr. Cuddy to just say a few words, did you want to say?
Well, it's really, you just said the entire thing, it's just, the proposal is to add a second special permit use under section 301-110, which is in the shopping center zoning district. That's along Route 58, and the proposal would add that use, which was just described by the supervisor, with the condition that there be a building permit issued for construction on the same parcel. So, you said it all.
We're working hard for that movie theater. Mr. Cuddy, I know you represent the owner of Phillips International. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, Charles Cuddy for PGC, which is the owner, and also Phillips International, which is the rental and development agency. This simply permits the board to consider at a special permit hearing whether we can have at that site or at any site with a movie theater, a drive-through restaurant. This doesn't approve it, this just allows us to have a special permit. It's the type of thing that the theater operators ask at every movie theater, that is to have restaurants and to have a drive-through, and we'd urge the board to adopt it.
All right, thank you. Does anybody wish to be heard from the public on this issue? Okay, not seeing anybody. We'll close the public comment portion. Wow, it's the 15th. And leave it open for written comment to Friday, August 25th, 4:30 in the town clerk's office. Thank you, Mr. Cuddy. We're going to take up resolutions. Does anybody wish to be heard on resolutions? Not seeing everybody. Sal's not
I
here.
make a motion that we
Oh, we got somebody?
close the town board meeting.
Oh, hold on. We got somebody.
Oh, somebody
Gotta
make-
move quick here, Barbara.
Okay,
Sorry
Barbara.
about that. I didn't think
Better
I'd be the
move,
only
yes.
one stepping up.
You
Good evening, Barbara
are-
Glass. I live in Jamesport. I'm speaking to resolutions number 658 and 659. On the special permit criteria that the town needs to consider, whether the plot area is sufficient, the requested special permit and the 5 zoning board variances are necessary according to the applicant as a consequence of the applicant's intent to provide a benefit to the site's residents.
I'm sorry, could you just give me the resolution again?
658 and 659, I'm taking them together.
170-658 I hit, Diane?
Yes.
Thank you, I'm sorry. Got it.
Okay, I'm glad.
Sorry, I apologize.
Not a problem. So I just point out the fact that there is an alternative that the applicant could build that would not require the special permit for increased lot coverage and certainly would not have required the zoning board variances, but it's to the applicant's benefit that the town is making these considerations. So I just, I'm not sure that that's one of the criteria. There's another one that indicates adequate provisions will be made for the disposal of stormwater runoff from the site. On page 2-33 of the VDEIS, it says, all stormwater runoff generated on the site will be retained and recharged to a groundwater in an on-site drainage system. In an extreme rain event, the system is designed and approved to overflow onto town property to the south. How is that even allowed?
Okay, so we actually held them to a higher standard. The code requires a 2-inch rainfall. We asked them to design this to a 4-inch rainfall. That's almost impossible, but we asked them to design it to a 4-inch rainfall, but nobody else, and the code doesn't require it, so they have extra capacity. They may not be able to make a 4-inch rainfall, but it's over-designed to try to make a 4-inch rainfall. We don't have the legal authority to tell them to do it to a 4-inch, but sort of the break in between is 2-inch, they have all day long, they can design it, it's fine. The over-design, they'll do what they can, but if you hit a 4-inch or a higher rainfall, it'd be able to bypass. No other project in the town has been asked to design to a 4-inch rainfall.
So why would you require that they design to exceed the code, knowing that in an event that they have to accommodate excessive rainfall, it's going to go into the town's stormwater system?
If you just design to the 2-inch rainfall, it's definitely bypassing and going to the town system. And given the circumstances with the weather, we wanted them to over-design it. So it's over-designed, over past a 2-inch rainfall. But what they're saying is we don't think we can capture a 4-inch rainfall, but we'll do what we can. So what we said is if you over-design it, we will have to accept it because the code only requires 2-inch. And if you just do it to a 2-inch, it would bypass the system much more than it will now. So we asked them for more than they were required to give.
And
They may do it to
legally, you're allowing someone, a private individual, to utilize a town drainage system? I mean, I don't think, I couldn't do that on my property. You couldn't
Barbara, it would
either.
happen anyway. Because it's a 2-inch, you can only, our code only allows a 2-inch rainfall.
Then design it for 2-inch, if it's
So what
going to
happened-
overflow
So what, but
by,
Barbara, listen to the,
Okay, I'm
listen to
trying.
the reasoning.
yes, sir.
So you design it to a 2-inch rainfall. When it overflows, it's coming onto town property. So what we said is, please design it to a 4-inch rainfall. And if it overflows, because you've over-designed it past what we've asked, we'll have to accept it. We'd be accepting it anyway, because the code only requires 2-inch.
Well, and that's my point. I just wondered, because the drawings actually indicate it's directing the water to the town's stormwater leaching system.
Right.
I'm just wondering what allows a
Because it
private
would-
individual to
It
do
would
that.
happen anyway. All the summer wind, well, basically, everything in the town of Riverhead is designed to a 2-inch rainfall, and we asked them to over-design, it, which they did.
But they may help us out and end up with a 3-inch rainfall.
Yeah, they designed it,
So
they
I mean,
probably
you
can
know,
handle
they
it.
may try to help us out and do better than what the code calls for.
That's what they did.
Okay. There's another criteria that speaks to the fact that the use will not prevent or substantially impair the orderly development of other properties in the neighborhood. And I repeat here a comment that I made earlier, and that is that this particular project will, together with the neighboring project, 170 units that I understand is on the table, and add to that the flow requested by the town of Southampton needed to jumpstart its Riverside redevelopment project. Together, those three uses together will almost completely use the 113,000 gallons per day of sewer allocation for the entire downtown.
Southampton never joined us. We did the resolution, we did everything we could. They have not taken us up on the offer, so it's kind of over for them.
So it's 66% then, perhaps, rather than 100%. I just wondered if, it will at some point impair development of other properties if indeed Southampton comes online. I mean,
DeFreeze has to be rebuilt because it's, during Hurricane Sandy, now I'm not, where are you, Michael? We weren't discussing this, but DeFreeze went underwater it went underwater. We took in too much water. The DeFreeze pump station did what it could during Hurricane Sandy. We've bought property where the rowing club is now to upgrade DeFreeze. That is something we are going to do regardless of what happens with Southampton. At some point, we have to upgrade DeFreeze because it is not it is not hurricane resilient. We applied for grant money to try to get the DeFreeze covered by FEMA, but they didn't give us money.
would that alter the allocation or the flow for downtown? That's just the pump station, correct?
It would, when we build the new DeFreeze, Mike, am I wrong? We would build it with a larger capacity? Yes, so it would have a larger capacity, and we know we will have to do that.
And so will we see a new allocation study that gives us an idea of how much would be left in downtown?
When we do that, there'll be a new map and plan.
Making improvements to accommodate the additional flow to the pump station.
Mhm.
The study did show that it impacted the pump station, and they were making improvements at the pump station to improve their flow.
I'm just anticipating future development as well.
I'd love Southampton to have paid the money and helped them, but they haven't.
Okay. There's another special permit criteria for consideration, and that is whether the use will generate any type of environmental pollution, including vibration and noise. And although these conditions are not permanent and pertain to the construction period only, nevertheless, I wonder why the town board would specifically permit the substitution of building materials which are known to cause noise and vibration. Page 4, Section 2B of Resolution 659 says, piling design has changed from the previously recommended helicals to a vibrated and driven pipe system. Helical piles is preferable to driven piles in terms of noise and vibration. So why would you allow the substitution if you know it's going to cause a nuisance in the community?
So what we're doing, and I'm not going to find this in there, Jill, you might have to jump in here. I think we're requiring a site monitor on site that they're paying for
Right.
to determine
And-
how the noise and vibration are going. The applicant, they may be required to do helicoil. I'm not saying that right, I don't think. We may force them to do it. We've told the applicant that, let's back up. Hyatt did a straight pile driving.
How did that work out?
It was interesting. The Conifer project did the helicoil and pile driving, so they did both. So what we said to this applicant is, we're not, and pile driving, it's still, you felt it on West Main Street. So we have a site monitor, and I have told David Gallo personally that if we determine that you're doing straight pile driving and that is unacceptable, we will shut you down. And so that's why we've put the monitor, they're gonna pay for a monitor to be in place, and if we have to shut them down, if we do straight pile driving, we haven't, that decision hasn't been made. But if they do the straight pile driving and we allow that and it doesn't work out, they will be shut down, and they know they will have to come back to the
And-
helicoil.
Okay, so
if
they
I'm
would be.
saying that right.
I don't know if I am either, I'm just, it says helical here. but-
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I thought it
helicoil is the
was-
thing that when you strip out something on
Yeah.
your head or something, you put
Yeah, no,
helicoil in there.
that's not-
But
So
we're-
the recourse would be in the event, and I was going to reference the fact that a monitor was going to be on site. I just wondered, what did that mean? Was they, if they felt vibrations,
No,
if the
David Gallo
vibration
knows
was?
that if there's a problem based on what we're hearing and seeing and with the construction monitor, they will be shut down and require the helicoil.
And they'd be able to make that substitution midstream?
I think they're gonna try to do the helicoil.
Well, I
Because they
would
don't, because
hope,
for that reason.
Well, I
you
think
could,
also-
you could demand that they do in order to mitigate potential noise.
That may ultimately happen. This is, if, there's a couple more approvals before this becomes final.
Mhm.
So that
Just-
may actually happen.
Okay, just pointing it out, it's a consideration that is discretionary on your part. It could help.
Let's just say that there's a couple more approvals that they have to get from us, including building permits.
Mhm.
And helicoil is at the top of my list of things that they may have to do.
Okay.
Sophia, we have older buildings on Main Street, and the pile driving with the vibrations, we don't wanna damage any of those buildings.
How many piles are there? I understand there's quite a few.
Quite a few.
I think I was reading the foundation plan or the demolition plan correctly. I think there were 93 clusters of 6. Is that possible? There's over 500?
Yes.
Oh,
It
that's
is
quite an operation.
It is
for
quite the
founda-
project, yes.
That thing will be standing long after we're gone.
Okay. It would be important to determine the depth to groundwater, I would think. The EAF indicated an average of 10 feet, while the VDIS states in summary, the depth to groundwater, to the water table beneath the site varies from 10 feet in the north to a half a foot in the southern boundary. And it's my assertion that this uncertainty perhaps contributed to the confusion as to whether dewatering was required. The EAF said it was not. It was not addressed in the VDIS. Staff comments indicated it might be and asked for clarification and additional information. So where are we on that? Page 3 of the seeker resolution states, whereas the foundation of the proposed development will be designed and pile caps will be raised to eliminate the need for dewatering, which means that at some point it was actually contemplated, and now this step is being taken. And if we're changing the design now, why are the comments from the town engineer in Resolution 659 discussing dewatering permits? If the installation of the utilities requires dewatering, do we know how much, and equally important, where will this water go?
So this is the most, thing that's the most akin to this is Summerwind. The same exact issue happened with Summerwind. I'll be honest with you, I don't think.
Summerwind dewatered.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
They
we
did
did.
not. No, you didn't. You didn't not dewater. We required the town, you didn't. The town required dewatering. Summerwind did not have to dewater. This is a construction site. I think there's some things in here that are gonna be, there's decisions that are gonna be made in the field. Our thought is we're not positive because Summerwind had the same thing. They were supposed to dewater and they didn't have to dewater.
But the Preston House across the street did dewater for the hotel.
I don't know that that's true. So, but the point is, we're not positive, so we can't not approve a project because we're not gonna be positive whether this happens until we get in the field.
Do you have any indication, just, you might not be positive, but is there any information to indicate how much water you would be talking about? And again, where would it go? We're talking about an area that is, as you know.
Listen, Barbara, this is
That's why I'm asking the
it's
questions.
I'm not gonna, we're not gonna have every answer till they get in the field and start the construction. You're never gonna have every answer to this. It's just not possible. My suspicion is if they have to dewater, it's gonna be a very minimal amount.
Finally, the seeker resolution contains references to communications from various involved agencies, but I don't see any information or indication that the IDA has answered or clarified any of the issues raised by the public, myself included. Has the town board received any information from the IDA? And if not, are you comfortable with proceeding without having any of those questions answered?
I'm comfortable, the IDA is an independent agency from the town of Riverhead, designed to be such.
They're also an involved agency and are supposed to be communicating, prior to their making a decision,
So
they're
we've-
supposed to be communicating
we've had-
findings.
There are conversations that have happened with the IDA, planning staff, town board. I don't know that the final decisions have
No.
been made with the IDA. The town, what I can tell you is, you know, everybody talks about this 30-year pilot payment, and the taxes that they will pay are so far higher than the taxes that those current buildings pay under a 30-year pilot, an escalating pilot, that it's sort of disingenuous when people start to talk about, well, they're getting a, you know, complete tax abatement. They're not. They're paying, I can't, you know, I want to say they're going to pay an initial about $50,000 a year. The current property doesn't pay anywhere near that amount of taxes. So, I don't know how else I can answer that.
I think, I attended one of the IDA meetings on this project. And in fact, I think it was the public hearing on Riverview Lofts. And one of the issues that came up that night was that the method used to calculate the projected taxes was actually incorrect. And the board was asked for clarification as to how they arrived at that number. And that is one of the outstanding issues that
They're
Mr.
an
Sims,
independent board. I mean, I can't, we don't govern them.
I know you don't, but I just wondered if that factors into whether you want to go ahead with an approval of a project, not knowing the tax implications for the rest of the town.
Okay.
That was my point.
Thank you.
And I certainly don't expect that my comments tonight have changed anyone's mind about the project, but at the very least, I would have expected a positive declaration under seeker. Not seeing that, I would respectfully request that you table the resolutions until some additional information is ascertained.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else wish to be heard on resolutions? All right, not seeing anybody?
I make a motion.
Wait, how do I get back? What was the first
You
resolution?
Get back, wait a minute.
17012.
I make a motion that we close the town board meeting and open this community development agency meeting. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The CDA meeting is now open.
You want to call it?
Call it, woman.
Chill, oops. Dawn?
It's okay, that's happened before.
Yes, it has, hasn't it?
How's it?
You know, it's,
CDA Resolution Number 12 authorizes the chairman to execute a location agreement with Rocky Doris Creative LLC.
So moved.
I'll second.
moved and seconded, vote please.
Did you want it, or,
I don't have a,
oh,
Diane, you call it.
I'll call it. Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Thank you.
thank
Is
you.
there any other CDA?
No. I make a motion, we close the
Thank you, Dawn.
community development agency meeting and reopen the town board meeting. So moved.
I'll second again.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The town board meeting is now reopened. I'll just call resolution 622.
622 is 203 and 213 East Main Street Sewer Connection, the Riverhead Sewer District Capital Improvement Project for budget adoption. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 623.
Amending Resolution Number 501 dated July 5th, 2017 for removal of fixed asset records from system. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 624.
Authorizes the acceptance of the security for KAA RP Management Group LLC Wellness Center at Ostrander Foundation. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 625.
Clarifies application as an unlisted action with coordinated review and refers to the application to involve agencies and authorizes the town clerk to publish and post notice for a public hearing for a special permit application known as Swing Electric, submitted by PBJ Realty LLC on a certain parcel located at 1328 East Main Street, identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-105-1-18.1, Riverhead, New York. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 626.
It accepts the retirement of a police officer. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
I vote yes and wish Ollie Crump a successful retirement and his future endeavors. He was a good police officer. I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
I'm gonna miss Ollie, especially on Sundays, crossing me in front of St. John the Baptist. Ollie was always there on Sundays. That's a yes.
Resolution 627.
Accepts the retirement of an account clerk typist. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Yes.
Giglio. Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, Linda's been there for years. She did a great job with the water district, and I wish her success in her retirement. I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes, wasn't she Supervisor Stark's confidential secretary? She's been a
Secretary to the town attorney's office.
Yeah, that's right.
long
She's
long
been here for
distinguished
about 30
career.
years.
Well, I hope she enjoys retirement as much as we enjoyed having her work for us.
Was that a yes?
That's a yes.
Okay,
No,
resolution
no, she can't
adopted.
retire.
She can. That's what I said to her. Resolution 628.
Appoints a park attendant, 1, to the Recreation Department. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 629.
Award bid for food and meat products for 2017. So moved, and it's a large packet.
Oh, boy, is it
I'll second it. A lot of people would eat.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 630.
Awards bid for janitorial supplies. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 631.
Boy, I'm still scrolling there, Diane.
Appoints a beach attendant to the recreation department. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 632.
Ratifies the appointment of a seasonal park attendant to the Recreation Department. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 633.
Riverhead Scavenger Waste District, rate adjustment for tipping fees at scavenger waste plant. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 634.
It's a resolution calling for a public hearing regarding lateral sewer improvements for Riverview Lofts and Georgia Green Ventures LLC. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes to a public hearing.
Giglio.
Yes to a public hearing.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes to public hearing.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 635.
Authorizes supervisor to execute agreement with Riverhead Youth Sports Incorporated for referee umpire services for Town of Riverhead Police Athletic League football program for the 2017 school year. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 636.
Adopts a local law to amend Chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic, and Parking Regulations of the Riverhead Town Code, Chapter 289-16, no parking certain hours, roads leading to water, Meeting House Creek Road. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 637.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of aid to developmentally disabled incorporated, friends, family, and neighbors. Meet and greet Executive Director, Saturday, September 16th, 2017. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 638.
It approves the Chapter 255 application of Friday Nights, spelled with a K, LLC, TGI Fridays for the grand reopening celebration on Saturday, September 9th, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
I was wondering why they were having a grand reopening, but I was in there last night, and they really did the inside the building completely over. So now I know why they're having a grand opening, so I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 639.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Sport Car Club of America, New York Region, solo driving event. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 640.
Approves Chapter 255 application of Animal Rescue Fund of the Hamptons Incorporated, ARF, Endless Summer Event Adoption Event, September 9th, 2017. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 641.
Approves Chapter 255 application of Dark Sides Production Incorporated, Haunted House Walkthrough, September 29th, 2017, until October 31st, 2017. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yeah, over Halloween, they really get a good crowd out there. One of these nights I'll go in there and see what's in there. I vote
You don't
yes.
wanna- you don't wanna
I've never been in
see.
there.
Walter.
Scare the heck out of you, yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 642.
It approves the Chapter 255 application of Garden of Eve LLC for the Long Island Garlic Festival, September 16th and 17th, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 643.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Halleckville Incorporated Fall Festival and Craft Show, September 9th and 10th, 2017. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 644.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Home Depot Development of Maryland Incorporated, carpet and rug tent sale, August 22nd, 2017, through October 1st, 2017. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
I was thinking about voting no for this because those tractor trailers that are in the parking lot, taking up spaces with lumber all on them, they should move them to the rear of their building. But they had this every year and they sell rugs there, so I'm gonna vote yes, but I just wish our building code enforcers would get over there.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 645.
Approves the Chapter 255 application of Long Island Moose Classic Car Club, car show, Sunday, September 10th, 2017. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Lots going on that weekend in town. I hope we have enough police officers to cover.
You
Yes.
ain't kidding. I'm
Wooten.
looking
Wooten,
at what? Yes.
Chief, you ready?
Dunleavy.
I'm voting yes because this is at the Tanger Outlet, and they always do a good job over there.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 646.
Approve the Chapter 255 application of the Railroad Museum of Long Island for the September 11th Memorial Service and the Mural Art Exhibit 2017 on Saturday, September 9th, 2017. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten, Dunleavy,
Yes,
Walter.
I wish
Sorry.
people would get over there and see if they have the little train going around. If you have any kids or grandkids, they can ride on the train going around there if it's out. And usually they put it out on these events. So I vote yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 647.
Who's over there?
Amends resolution of number 600 of 2017 approves the application for fireworks permit at Bating Hollow Club. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 648.
Riverhead Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark Elks Lodge. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 649.
I'm gonna ask, these are, if we
Well,
read
hold
that,
on,
how do we
hold
put
on a
these
second,
all
because
three?
we're missing,
Well,
were
there's
these?
two-
There were
There's
2
three
that
of
were
them here.
missing. The town attorney sent 6 over to be put into the
Well,
packet and
Yeah,
only,
just call them normal, John, because I
Oh,
gotta,
normal?
yeah, call
Okay.
them, I
we're
gotta,
gonna
rest
take
are
the other
here.
2 off the floor.
okay, yeah, call them
Okay.
one at a time.
Riverhead Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark J. Victor Wilson Barn. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes, public
Wooten.
hearing.
Did you say my name?
I did.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution
So
650.
these two are different.
Riverhead Landmarks Preservation Commission and the Riverhead Town Board notice of a joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark for the Second Street Firehouse. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 651.
Riverhead Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark, the Daniel Todd Hill House. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes. Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
So we have 2 more that'll come off the floor that were not in there.
Right.
That were
At the end.
discussed. Okay, we'll do that at the end, thank you.
Resolution
numbered.
652.
Ratifies agreement with an employee. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 653.
Approves extension of security posted by Campo Brothers in connection with the subdivision entitled Birchwood at Wading River, Section 3, Road and Drainage Improvements. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 654.
Appoints the law firm of Senreich, Kozakov, and Messina LLP as trial counsel for the Board of Assessors. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 655.
Authorizes supervisor to execute a dredging easement for dredging of Wading River Creek. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yeah, if anybody didn't know, we don't own the creek. There's a private person that owns the creek, and it's the dirt underneath it, the sand. So we had to get an easement from him so we could dredge the creek and keep it open. So I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 656.
Approves agreement between Winship Media LLC and the town of Riverhead, utilize parking, police personnel, and police cars, 2017 for Jazz and the Vines. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 657.
Authorize, oh,
You can read it if you want, John, but.
you wanna go?
You should. It authorizes the town clerk to publish and post notice for a public hearing for a site plan application for Suffolk Theater to erect fencing and a temporary trailer. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 658.
State Environmental Quality Review Act, lead agency, determination of significance, special permit and preliminary site plan application for Riverview Lofts, Georgica Green Ventures LLC, 221 East Main Street and 31 McDermott Avenue, Suffolk County Tax Map Numbers, District 600, Section 129, Block 1, Lots 21 and 22. So moved.
Seconded.
And on this one, there's gonna be a couple of changes. On the first page, the third whereas, Voorhees is misspelled, it should be Voorhis. And then on the last page of the resolution,
I think we did it already. Did we do it already?
I think it was changed, but
Yes,
and on the record. But it's not on the system, so
Okay.
it's going to include a transmittal to the other property owner, the Nodos.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. All right, so do we move it as amended?
Move it as amended.
Councilman Hubbard, second.
Second, moved as amended.
Moved and seconded as amended, vote please.
Hubbard,
No.
Giglio,
I sought an ethics board opinion on whether or not I could vote on this application, because I did want to vote on this application, and I received a recommendation back saying that it was recommended that I did not vote on the application from the ethics board, so I will have to abstain.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Well, I was thinking about this, and, when I was reading the CEQA, but just to move in another direction, they're gonna have to do other stuff, so, I vote yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 659,
Tim?
Yeah, trying to find it here. We scrolled past it.
Papers,
Okay. Approves a special permit and preliminary site plan application for Riverview Lofts, Georgica Green Ventures LLC, 221 East Main Street and 31 McDermott Avenue, Suffolk County Tax Map Numbers 0600-129-01-21 and 22. So moved.
and seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
No.
Some more change on this one too. There's
Yes,
Voorhees,
everything
it's gotta be amended and add
Up to
a
spelling.
transmittal to, not off at the end of it. But I think the change is made on yours, but
Yeah, so
just
it's
so on the
not
record,
amended.
it's clear. You know,
This is not amended,
right.
which we
So
have.
So the third whereas, the sixth whereas on the first page should read Voorhis. All right, and then on the last page, you should include a transmittal, town clerk's gonna be direct, to send it to Mr. and Mrs. Noddle, at their representative address. Sorry.
You corrected all that, right?
yes.
Did we move it?
I was up to.
I second the move.
Moved and
You moved
seconded
it?
as amended.
I seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
No.
Giglio,
Again, the ethics board is recommending that I abstain from the vote, so I will have to abstain from the vote.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
With all requirements we put in here, if they get these all done, it'll be, wonderful. So I vote yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 660,
I guess I'm gonna get to pay the bills. So moved.
A second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
resolution adopted.
I think we're gonna have a
So
motion.
we have two resolutions
Well,
there.
four,
Okay,
there's
what
four.
about these two?
I see
about these?
661.
You have
So we got 661, 660.
two. You
I
have
don't
two.
see a
I don't have two, I have three.
It's on, it's actually on there. You have it on your, but I'll give it to you.
Oh, 661.
Yeah, 661 and 62 were there, but they just.
Oh,
they're
662 is
actually
online.
more.
All right, so can I get a motion to move 661, which is authorizes the filing of an application to the New York State Department of Transportation for the 2017 FTA Section 5310 Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Individuals with Disabilities Program Funding Assistance and signing of the associated state contract under the appropriate laws of New York State. This is to apply for 2 senior buses.
Right.
Resolution, can we also authorize the moving off the floor of Resolution 662, the Knolls at Fox Hill Phase 3B Water Capital Project? These are developer fees. The moving of Resolution 663 and 664, both having to do with Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint hearing for the designation of 663, the Preston House, and 664, the Yellow Barn by the library. Can I get a motion to move all four of those off the floor?
I make a motion that we sustain, take off the floor 661 to 664. So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded as to take all four resolutions off the floor. Vote, please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 661 through 664 are taken off the floor. And we'll call Resolution 661.
661, authorize the filing of an application to New York State Department of Transportation for 2017 FTA Section 5310, Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Individuals with Disability Program, funding assistance and signing of the associated state contract under the appropriate laws of New York State. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, they're gonna give us, we're gonna try to buy
We're
two
gonna
new.
try to buy two
we're
new
try-
buses if we
Try
get
to
the
buy
grant.
two new buses for the seniors, and they're gonna give us, $65,000 per vehicle, to buy those buses. So I vote yes.
Walter.
If we get the grant, we'll get it.
Yes.
Get the buses. Yes, thank you. That's a yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 662.
662, Knowles at Fox Hill, Phase 3B, Water Capital Project Budget Adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yeah, these are development fees, so I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 663.
Riverhead Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark Preston House. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 664.
No, can you give that one?
I'll read it. Riverhead
Okay.
Landmarks Preservation Commission and Riverhead Town Board notice of joint meeting and hearing for designation of landmark, the Yellow Barn. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
All right, that concludes our official business. We open it up to public comment. We ask that you we ask that you limit your comments to 5 minutes. Does anybody wish to be heard tonight?
Good evening, everybody. How you guys
Evening.
doing? I'd like to start with the Our Father prayer, if everyone would like to join me, if you don't mind.
Ms. Tooker, if you could just say who you are.
Oh, okay. Well, you did for me, thank you. But
And where you're from.
I'm Marie Tooker.
And you're welcome to say the Our Father if you choose.
Thank you. If anyone would like to join, thank you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you, everyone. The New York Preamble of the Constitution, we the people of the state of New York, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom. The public is starting to know what this town has done to my family. Today, we will not talk about that. Our free exercise of our religion is our First Amendment right. Those who won our independence believe that freedom to think as you will and to speak as you think are means indispensable to the discovery and spread of political truth. that without free speech and assembly, discussion would be futile. That with them, discussion affords ordinarily adequate protection against the dissemination of noxious doctrine, that the greatest menace to freedom is an inert people, that public discussion and a political duty is a political duty, and that this should be a fundamental principle of the American government. The majority of Suffolk County love God, so I love you, God. Thank you with all my heart for saving the farm stays. Do I have any suggestions to write on the other side of the storage trailer? Maybe we should say, God, please, can you help our President Donald Trump protect our youth? Some inspirational words of wisdom from Martin Luther King Jr. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love could do that. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Thank you.
Does anybody
Thank
else
you.
wish to be heard tonight? Yes, sir, step up. Just state your name and hamlet for the record.
Well, is now an appropriate time to make some comments? I have some further comments about EPCAL land sales. I know that there was a scheduled
Yeah.
public hearing, but I guess no one's speaking.
5
on that one.
minutes.
Yep, okay. Good evening, my name is Craig from Calverton. I'm here tonight to further discuss land sales at EPCAL. Some of you may remember I was here about 2 months ago. I had a couple of comments, specifically about the addition of a large amount of undevelopable land added into the proposed Illuminati transaction. At EPCAL, we have about 633 acres of what's considered developable land. Last year, we had an offer for $45.6 million for the 633 acres. The deal didn't work out. Fast forward a year, and we have a tentative deal with Illuminati for $40 million, not only for the 633 developable acres, but for the vast majority of the remaining undevelopable land at Illuminati. I've been trying to look at the exact numbers. I'm coming up with like 1,600 additional acres. I might be off by a little bit, but it's
A lot. We don't own all the property, and there's about 600.
I know there's 500 that's privately owned
There's
about.
300 acres that are Pine Barrens Core, which aren't being sold, 100 acres that's a park, and about maybe 250, 300 acres that's Navy property not
Okay.
being sold, so.
Okay, so the number's a little bit off. I don't know what it exact is, but it's still a relatively large piece of land by Long Island standards. So let me just see where I left off here, for the vast majority of undevelopable land. I'm well aware that the town board knows these numbers, but I just wanted to point out the terms to show that it seems very clear that the undevelopable land has little to no value, and in fact may be a cost negative for the owner. And I understand that the town of Riverhead may not be interested in holding the undevelopable land because of this reason, yearly maintenance costs. So when I was here last, I made some comments to the town board about, instead of basically like donating this land to whoever buys it, by looking at the numbers, that's kind of how I feel. So basically, instead of donating the land to whoever buys the developable acreage at EPCAL, I had mentioned that we should try to find an environmental agency to take the land, preserve it, and maintain it. And at that time, Sean, you had mentioned that, or Mr. Walter, you had mentioned that you had done this already, citing Peconic River Land Trust, Nature Conservancy, Suffolk County Parks, and New York State DEC, and that no one was really interested in taking the property and incurring the maintenance costs,
Yeah, there's
correct?
about a minimum of $100,000 a year just to mow the grass.
Right. So, at that time, you stated that there was, the agencies were not interested in it.
They'll take it if we fund the $100,000 a year.
Well, I'm here tonight to speak to you about that. I had actually recently reached out to New York State DEC on Monday. The response that I got was that because of the endangered species and environmentally sensitive location, that they would be very very much interested in acquiring the undevelopable acreage and maintaining it if no other environmental agency was interested in the
And you
property.
should give us that name because that is.
It's the Real Property Unit is who you need to speak to, the Region 1 Real Property Unit.
I'm not going to presuppose any answer, but I'm relatively certain that when push comes to shove, they will take it. But
Okay.
you give us the name of the person, and I will be
I will
seeing
get the
Terry
names
Gallagher
of the
tomorrow.
people, but it's the Real Property Unit. It's a combination of, people up the chain that work there.
Right, yeah, the problem is you're speaking to people that might answer the phone, the people
No, this
that-
actually, I started at the bottom, and it actually went up to one of the attorneys there, so it kind of trickled
yeah,
through.
There's
so.
the people above the attorneys. Give us the name, and we will find out.
Okay, I will. Rob Marsh
Just-
is one
just so-
person
just so you know
that was
that
involved
the-
in the conversation.
The DEC has property in the town of Riverhead now that they're trying to get rid of.
Okay, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. That's fine, we'll talk to
And
them.
I'm not trying to specifically call you out. It's
If
just,
the
I don't know who
DEC
you
will
spoke
take
to or
it.
what.
We speak to the commissioner of the DEC.
Right,
There's
this
nobody
was,
higher than
this
him.
was,
We speak to their boss.
Rob Marsh is pretty high up on the food chain, though.
yes, I started at the
We speak to
bottom and went
commissioner
through
of
it.
the DEC. There's nobody higher than the governor.
Right, but I'm just relaying information
Fine.
that I was told as of Monday.
That's great,
So-
fine, good.
Okay,
Thanks, thanks for that.
Let me just see where I left off here. Okay, before the town of Riverhead closes any deal on land at EPCAL, I asked that the town board please revisit the possibility of moving the undevelopable acreage to an environmental agency that will care for it and may allow public access to it. This land falling into private hands is a loss for everyone. It's a loss for the buyer who will have to incur the maintenance costs associated with the land, the $150,000 a year, that he can do nothing with. It's a loss for the town because we're basically giving it away. And it's a loss for the public, because we'll have no access to whatever the determined acreage is of open space. If this land was transferred to an agency like the DEC, activities like hiking, mountain biking, hunting, cross-country skiing, bird watching, horseback riding, and others could be allowed like on all of their other properties. These activities could actually generate some money for local businesses. While it's not going to be millions of dollars, some money being spent locally is better than the $0 that would be generated with the undevelopable acreage in private hands. In closing, I urge the town to please revisit this issue, consider my points, and communicate with the DEC or other agencies like Suffolk County Parks. The right thing to do with the undevelopable acreage is to get an agency who can properly care for it and allow some public access for outdoor recreation activities. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to be landlocked behind a fence, and it will benefit no one. There's only one shot at this, because once it does fall into private hands, it's very likely the public will never have a chance to enjoy the open space there again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight? All right, not seeing anybody. Got a
Can I
motion
just
to
say
adjourn?
something? I just want to say something. Code enforcement, if we give summons to a person, I think that we should give summons to everybody that's in violation. I know the last 3 years, I've been reporting someone on Northfield Turnpike in violation of our code, and no one has put their foot forward to take care of it.
You're a town councilman, you could make that
Well,
happen. You should make that happen.
for 3 years, I've been after them.
I don't know what
and,
you're doing. You should make that happen. You're a
they
town
didn't-
councilman, you could
I
make that
know I'm
happen.
a town councilman.
To make it
And I
happen.
do
Get the
request,
tickets written.
but I can't write tickets.
You can get those tickets
I-
written, sir.
All I can do is request,
You can get
like
those
everybody
tickets
else, request that tickets be written. I don't think that,
I don't think there's any town councilman here that
everybody
if there was a
should-
violation, they
that
wouldn't get the
everybody
tickets.
should, huh?
All right.
That everybody should be treated equally. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think there's a town councilman sitting on this town board that if there was a violation, that they wouldn't get the tickets written. So,
All
if you want help, I'll go over and I'll give you some help, but
Our
you
poor
should be
code
able to take care
enforcement
of it.
officer gets text messages from me all day long.
That's right. Can we get tickets written? Well, I'll help you, John. Let me know where it is.
Okay,
I'll help you
so-
get
alright.
the tickets written
So
if they're
moved.
deserved. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Seconded. All in favor, aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion stands. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Bob, how you feeling right now?